There's challenges that everybody faces, and everybody's different. So what may be challenging to me may, not be very challenging for others. So it all depends on, who you work with and where your path takes you.
I know you, of course, created the Heroes, or helped to launch the Heroes Like Her recruiting campaign. Mm-hmm. What's been the challenge in recruiting women to this field?
Well, I think just overcoming the idea that this is a job, for a man. It has been predominantly male, but I think just getting the message out there that women can do it too, and it's a possibility, and there's just so many different career paths within the San Antonio Fire Department that people can see as an actual achievable goal. There's inspectors, there's firefighters, we have the medics on the EMS units, and investigators. So there's all kinds of different paths you can take. So I think it's just a matter of getting the word out and doing that, as young as possible, letting them get hands-on experience and not only seeing the women firefighters, but also, handling the hose and trying on the gear. And it's been fun. It's been, something that just became a lot more popular than we actually expected.
Chief, you lead a department that's 94% men, if I'm correct. What has been the response of your appointment thus far?
Overall, positive. And I think people are ready for a change. I don't think there is anything wrong. Like, the department doesn't have issues. We are we provide exceptional service. I think it's just the fact that we need different leadership. And with that leadership change will come, culture shift and just changes in communication, how we do things, the overall mission and vision, and just setting that tone and expectations from the start. I think people are very anxious to see the possibilities.
That culture shift, do you think you'll be able to accomplish it? How do you even go about changing a culture that's slightly volatile towards women?
I don't think it's volatile towards women. I think that there needs to be a culture change, and just with respect to communication and opening up the channel and making it just a judgment-free zone so that you value everybody's input and you seek feedback, because really the foundation of the fire service, it really comes down to trust. So I think people just need to trust in leadership, that they're doing the right thing for the right reasons, and they're open to new ideas and looking out for their best interests, not only for the community to provide that service, but also serving them as well and making sure they have what they need, and just supporting them every step of the way.
Chief Frausto, do you think you'll get the respect of the entire 94% of the firefighters that are men?
I do, yes, absolutely. I already feel it and I see it, and I've already been visiting fire stations, and they are very anxious to see what's ahead. I think it's a very exciting time for the San Antonio Fire Department.
Chief Frausto, going a little bit more serious here, former Fire Chief Hood said, "He always wins." And were you a victim of his harassment or some of those comments?
I have moved on since then. That's all in the past, and all I need to focus on is the future of this fire department and making sure that everybody is valued and having that inclusive environment.
So, as you were rising up the ranks, did you have to face any of those comments? And what was your response, and how did you keep, focus?
Well, I always lead by example. I've been a fire officer since probably 2008. So in each and every position that I've ever held, I have always, like I said, I led by example. I never tolerated any sort of, harassment, discrimination. I was never a victim of that, and I think that has put me in the positions that I've held since then, because it's important. It's important to ensure that everybody knows, that we have to work as a team. We have to have that mutual trust, and it's all about relationships.
Why do you think former union leader Chris Steele targeted you while you were applying?
I have no idea. I really have no idea. We've had a decent relationship, worked, alongside each other. So I don't know what the motive was there. And it really doesn't even matter at this point.
Chief Frausto, are you also the first openly gay fire chief on the San Antonio Fire Department?
I don't know. I don't even look at that never really thought about it. I don't know.
So you never faced any issues as being a member of the LGBTQ community?
No, never.
I mean, you are so, I guess, such a trailblazer in so many different aspects, not just obviously as a woman, but also as, of course, a member of the LGBTQ community.
Yeah.
Has it ever registered with you what you have basically sort of carved the path for?
No, not really. I don't really think of it that way. I just stand up for what I believe in. I am who I am, and I just have to be myself no matter what that is. Never have been ashamed of anything, very proud of my accomplishments, and I've worked hard to get where I'm at today.
What advice would you give to yourself while you were graduating high school and taking on this path?
I wouldn't do anything different. I would have followed the same exact path. I've been very happy throughout my career, and there's nothing I can say that I would do differently.
What advice would you have for somebody that wants to pursue this path, but maybe they're discouraged by either their gender or by their gender?
I would tell them to go for it either way, and that is my mission. I've overseen the areas of recruiting and have dealt with that stigma that it's a male-dominated career, and regardless of whatever obstacles or challenges that you face, I would always tell somebody to follow your dreams and just go for it, and all obstacles can be overcome.
Chief Frausto, with all of the obstacles, was there ever a moment where you doubted that you wanted to stay in this path? What made you stay?
I never had a doubt about being in the fire service. I live and breathe, for being a firefighter and for helping people. So I've never even thought about, changing directions or choosing a different path.
Where do you think you get that resolve and that determination from?
I don't know. I think it's just in my character. I really do. I think I was meant to be a firefighter, and I love putting on the uniform. I'm proud to wear the patch, and there's nothing else that I would rather be doing right now.
Any moment in your over 20-year career that sticks out to you that made you say, this is why I'm a firefighter?
I think day one, walking into the academy, was one of the greatest days because I was just so happy to be there. And the day that I was sworn in to be fire chief, I just never would have imagined that I would have achieved this goal. So, but I do understand, the work that it took, and it takes a certain type of person to be a firefighter, and I'm so anxious to serve the others and just show them the way and just be the best, absolute best firefighters that we can be.
How many women were in your fire academy class?
There were three other women, or actually there was 2 other women, 3 of us in a class of 47.
Was that intimidating?
No, not at all. we stuck together, and no, it
Right.
was just like we were all one team, and we supported one another no matter, regardless of gender.
Chief Frausto, you've mentioned that in our last interview that you wanted to make tweaks to the department. Could you elaborate on the kind of tweaks you'd like to make? I know you mentioned a little earlier.
Yeah, the tweaks that need to be made, it really is just about putting the right person in the right place. And I think those simple adjustments will go a long way as far as leadership and putting people in positions that they're passionate about, and just ensuring that there's positivity throughout from the top all the way down. And everybody has to do their part, and we have to pull together as a team and just make things better, or as good as they'll ever be.
You also mentioned that you wanted to change communication. What does that mean?
Like I mentioned before, it really is just allowing people to share their ideas and being open to communicate, and just ensuring that they feel comfortable and that they're being listened to, because I think there's a lot of value at every rank in this department. There's a lot of individuals that are either passionate about something, or they have special training or experience in certain areas, and I think we need to capitalize on that.
Chief Frausto, fire departments, as you mentioned, across the nation are almost like a boys' club. And of course, Chief Hood's comments kind of solidify that boys' club mentality. How do you, I guess, hold those accountable that sort of perpetuate that mentality?
Well, honestly, I think setting the tone from the start is going to do just that. I would never tolerate any sort of conduct or behavior that is harassing or discriminatory. So I think that's just, with leadership, and making sure that my leadership is extended all the way down through middle management, to the firefighter level, and just ensuring that everybody understands the expectations and setting those expectations early.
Chief, the union and the city have kind of been at odds for several years now. Is there any way, or are you, I guess, how do I put this? The union and the city have been at odds for several years now. Of course, we know that today is election day, and they came out with their statement regarding one of the charter amendments. That saying, how do you sort of bridge the gap between the city and what you have to do on behalf of the city, and also with the union and having a good relationship with the union?
Ultimately, it comes down to communication and collaboration. I look forward to working with them. The union president and I have a good relationship, and we communicate with each other fairly often, and I think ultimately we have the same goals in mind. So I think just working together to ensure that we're doing the right thing for the right reasons.
Chief, obviously this is a job that makes you lose some sleep. Even City Manager Walsh mentioned some of the sleepless nights you may have in the future. Mm-hmm. What do you do to unwind after a busy work day? What are the things that you like to do?
I like to be outdoors. That is the greatest thing. I spend time hiking. I like to travel. I enjoy fishing. So it really is just, getting to a place where I can just relax and reflect on the day, because the job can be stressful, and I've already lost a lot of sleep, and I know that there's going to be sleepless nights to come. But at the end of the day, I'm just here to be the best department that there is, and I need to make sure that I'm looking out for the men and women that are out there.
Chief, 20, 40 years from now, whenever you retire, mm-hmm. what legacy would you like to leave behind? What are you hoping you can say to me or whoever's in this interview chair when you finally do hang your helmet, I guess?
I want to leave the department in a better place. I want to make positive changes. I want this department to be the best in the nation.
That saying, anything I missed you'd like to add? Is there anything you want to tell the viewers?
No, I look forward to serving my community and the fire department, and just anxious to get started.
Do you ever miss being out in the fields?
I do, all the time. But now I have the opportunity to ride out. I'm taking advantage of that. Visiting the station, having a cup of coffee with the guys and girls, and it's been good. I like listening to them and hearing them out.
Will you still be involved in more campaigns like Heroes Like Her, or creating more?
Oh, absolutely, yes. I do plan on that.
I know it's 94% men right now. Is there any percentage you would like to get women
As
to?
high as possible. Our goal is 10, and we'll see how long that takes.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Thank you.